student. This is my second lecture on the non-profit organization. So we have already studied about the financial accounting of the non-profit organization, where we have studied about the receipt and payment account. Now we are moved to the income and expenditure account. Now this is a very important account because with the help of that we come to know about how to calculate the surplus or a deficit. Now, as the name, that is the income and expenditure. In the normal course of action, when we prepare the final account, we prepare the P&L account and the balance sheet. But here, because there is no profit concern, so that's why this is actually, instead of the P&L account, we are going to prepare the income and expenditure account. Now, income and expenditure account is just like the P&L, like in the debit side we have expenditure, in the credit side we have the income. As the P&L account tells us, like in the debit side all the expenses and losses come on the debit side, here all the expenditure come on the debit side. Here in the P&L we were taken there in all the incomes, here we are taking also all the income of the income and expenditure. I just want to tell you that this is just like a nominal account, and before starting this you should know about the main point of the income and expenditure. First is the revenue, expenditure and revenue income considered only. In the income and expenditure account we will only take the revenue, expenditure and revenue income here. Second one is non-cash expenses like depreciation are also accounted. Here also the non-cash expenses like depreciation are also accounted, means here the non-cash expenditure or expenses will also be come on the debit side. Third one is it does not have opening balance and closing will transfer to the capital fund. Now, in the receipt and payment, we are having the opening or the closing balances. Here, there is no opening balance, but at the end, either there is an excess of the income over the expenditure or the excess of the expenditure over income. So, either we have the excess, means either we have the surplus or we have the deficit. That will transfer to the capital fund. Now, this is the main points while preparing the income and expenditure account. As I have explained you that income and expenditure account is just like the P&L. Now see what the items are coming on the debit side of the income and expenditure. First of all, the salaries. You can see the salaries. Now salaries here, who are working here in this organization has to pay the salaries. So this is also the expenses of the non-profit organization will come to the debit side. Now, second one is the rent. If the premises is on the rent, so we are to pay the rent, so that will be also coming to the debit side. Next is the insurance, less prepaid. As you have already done the prepaid and the outstanding expenses there in the final account, here also the prepaid expenses is less from here. Next one is the audit fees. Next is the honorarium. Honorarium is also paid. So that's why it is also the expense of non-profit organization. Next one is the repairs. Next is the depreciation. I have told you here that the non-cash expenses, just like the depreciation, will also be the part of it. So it will also come on the debit side. Next is the loss on sale of fixed asset. If you have sold out any fixed asset and you got the loss, either there is a loss or there is an expense will come to the debit side. That's why we are taking the loss here. Next is the sports material used. If you have the non-profit organization related to any sports club, so you know that those sports material which you are using, that will be also be the part of it. And last but not the least, this is the surplus. This will actually do after comparison of the or balancing of the debit or the credit side. Now just before doing this, we are going to the income side. Now see, on the income side, the very first, now see, this is the income side of the non-profit organization. So here what are the resources of the income of the non-profit organization, or any gains will be the part of the credit side. First of all, this is the subscription. Now subscription you all have studied. It means that this is the actually services we are given to the members, and for that services we are taking the subscription on the monthly basis or quarterly basis. So it will be also the source of income will go to the credit side of the income and expenditure. Now you can see this, we have some added the outstanding, and there are some we have also minus some subtracted the subscription. I will come to know about it. First you just line up all the activities, what kind of income and the gains will come. Here the income is by entrance fees. If somebody person comes as a member, he has to pay the membership fee, so that will come here. Next is the general donation. If any person or any firm or organization given the donation but in the journal form, it will come to the credit side. Next is the sale of old newspaper. Now old newspaper, if you have a library, if you are preparing the final account of the library or non-profit organization like, so if you are selling the old newspaper, so it will be come here. Next is the hall rent. Suppose you have any community hall and that hall is given for some purpose, so the rent which is coming as an income will come to the credit side. Next is the gain on sale of fixed asset. Here we have taken the loss on sale of fixed asset. If the loss, it will come to the debit side. If by selling of the fixed asset you are having the profit, so that part of the gain will come to the credit side of the income and expenditure. Now next is the deficit. Now either there is a deficit or there is a surplus. These two can't happen on a same time. Now if the income are more than the expenses, we have the surplus. This surplus is going to be added to the capital fund. If there is a deficit, and it is also transferred to the capital fund. Now I just want to explain more about the subscription. I have explained you that subscription here is taken as in a present year subscription only. Sometimes the member given the subscription on the advance, or sometimes the subscriptions are outstanding which is not to be paid, yet to be paid. So this is actually the income and expenditure is related to the present accounting year, the accounting year actually. So we are ignoring the past and the coming or a future. We are just taking the present subscription. How we will take it? With the help of this you can understand. Sometimes the members or sometimes the subscription are added, lump sum added, like sometimes the subscription at the end was also be there, or advance incomes are in advance subscription are there. How you are going to be calculate exactly which will be the part of the mainstream of this side? You are to take, if the in the your question the total subscription is given and also these points are given, so how you are going to understand the point is, suppose if you are taking the financial year is 2019 and 20, this is your accounting year, and if the 2019 and 20 is the accounting year, it means advance year or the coming year will be 2020 and 21, and same the previous year will be the 2018 and 19. You have to understand this point very importantly, because here we have divided the year. This is the part of the past year, this is your accounting year, and this is your future. We are to only consider, or we are to take only the subscription of only this part, mean the current part. It means if a total subscription is given to you, you are to minus the subscription which is given in advance. If somebody at the end given the advance, if your accounting years end if somebody given the advance subscription, so it will going to be less because it is not related to this year. You can see here, you will minus the advance at the end. It means here your accounting year is going to be end. But at the end, if somebody given you the advance of subscription, it means it is not related to your current year. You are going to minus it. Okay. Now, if somebody given the subscription at the beginning, if the beginning of the accounting year the advance is given to you, it means it is advance is always be for the coming year. So if it is given at the starting of the accounting year, that advance is actually the for the your concerned year, it will actually going to be added. Advance at the beginning will be added. Here advance at the end will be minus and advance at the beginning will be added here. The same if the outstanding. Now if the subscription is due at the end, it means the outstanding subscription, it is going to be added because the outstanding means the subscription yet to be received, that is actually the part of your current year is going to be added here. But outstanding at the beginning. Now outstanding at the you will going to deduct the outstanding at the beginning. Suppose your subscription is outstanding here at the beginning. It means outstanding always is for the past year. It means this subscription which is due at the beginning is not for the your present year. It is actually for the past year. So that's why you are not taking this past year. You are only related to the present year. So you are going to minus it. So this is actually the main formula of calculating the subscription. So next is your after doing this, you must know about the revenue, expenditure and income, and also the capital expenditure and income, because here I have told you the revenue, income and expenditure are coming. So before understanding the word revenue and capital, I just want to explain you these two terms. Now here concentrate difference between capital and revenue item. They are, first if we will see it, capital expenditure. The capital expenditures are benefit of which extend beyond over accounting year. Now capital expenditure are whose benefit are not for the current year but also for the coming year. It is going to be the part, or it is going to be benefited for the coming years. So that's why it is called the capital expenditure. For example, acquisition of land, if you purchase any land. Second one is the revenue expenditure. Now revenue expenditures, the benefit of which expires within accounting year. This is the main difference. Here we will concentrating that in the capital expenditure, benefit of which extended beyond the accounting year, but on the revenue expenditure it is expire within the accounting year. This is the main difference between the capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. What are the example of revenue expenditure? These are salaries to staff. Next is the rent paid, honorarium paid, sports material used. These are the example of the revenue expenditure. Now move to the capital receipts. Now capital receipts are the receipt specified by donor. For example, life membership fee, specific donations, building fund paid. Now it means that the capital receipts are actually the receipt, but it is specified by the donor that I am actually giving this certain sum of money for some purpose. If the purpose is specifically given by the donor, then that receipt is actually converted to the capital receipt. Now the fourth one is the revenue receipts. Now what are the revenue receipts? Which are received as income by carrying out activities. It means it is a simple course of action. It is a simple course of the activity. So day to day activities, whatever the coming in the non-profit organization in the way of the money or the inflow of the money, that will be the revenue receipts. Example of the revenue receipts are entrance fee, subscription. You have seen here subscription is the source of the revenue income, and the subscription, the entrance fees, it is also given here. General donation, you can see here also the general donation, and rent received. Rent, if the rent is paid, then will go to the debit side. If the rent is received by, suppose here the hall rent, it means the receipt of the rent is coming, so it will be coming here. So these are the item of the revenue receipt. So with the help of this, you can understand how you are going to put all the item of the income and expenditure. Thank you.